Moses comes and he frees them from captivity of Pharaoh, and he takes them into the wilderness, and then he parts the Red Sea with this beautiful miracle and obliterates all of Pharaoh's army and Pharaoh himself. He's freeing them from captivity, freedom from oppression, except he doesn't mention Rome. Instead, the language is meant to provoke the Exodus, but to provoke a greater Exodus, a second Exodus, not from an oppressive people, but from the sin that invades and encaptures their souls. They are exiles in a foreign land of sin and rebellion, and Jesus has come as the second Moses to bring them out of exile and back into the kingdom of God. This sin that's bound them in chains for so long, that has kept them from God's compassion and mercy, kept them from the presence of God, is going to finally be broken, and finally they're going to receive the freedom they need. He's going to proclaim sight, while His mission would include so much healing, and Luke is going to highlight that in detail. It's not the healing of their eyes and their bodies that they are most desperately in need of. Instead, it's this blindness to the truth of spiritual realities in the world. They need spiritual sight. And we live in this very same kind of blindness, this lack of reality, of understanding how detrimental our sin is, how blind to the truth of God that we actually are. And when we live in that darkness, the only thing that can awaken us to how dark it actually is to see a light that comes in and invades the darkness. Have you ever been in a dark room, like truly, utterly dark? And your eyes begin to adjust and you think this must be what reality actually is. Like you begin to kind of see shapes. You might trip over things every so often, but you think you've kind of got it figured out. And then all of a sudden somebody turns the light on and you realize just how blind you actually are. This is where Jesus finds the people He speaks to. And He brings them deliverance. He proclaims those oppressed by the curse of God's wrath over them. And He preaches freedom. He preaches light. He preaches the fact that someone has finally come to end all of this. It's the point of His entire mission. Look at verse 19. He tells them He has come to proclaim the year of the Lord's favor. It's this Old Testament allusion to salvation. It's a time when slaves would be freed from their captivity, where land would be returned to the original landowner, where debts would be forgiven, and this triumphant trumpet would sound every 50 years to the beauty of what God is doing to bring redemption to those who are oppressed and hurting. And Jesus is saying that has finally come true, and it's come true in me. Jesus is actually saying to this congregation seated before Him, I am the Messiah Isaiah has prophesied, and salvation is going to come through me.